Streaming. Close. Yes, I know I'm streaming. Okay, before we get to the game, and while we give you a chance, if you watch these from the beginning on demand, let's take a look at Week 9 of the National Football League season. The two games we're going to offer up for you this week, Kansas City and Pittsburgh is next, and then Los Angeles and Atlanta. Of course, it's only the Rams in 1978. They will be with you on Thursday. So let's tell you about the rest of the games this week. And what it means to the two games that you're about to see over the next 48 hours. On a Thursday night special, San Diego beat Oakland 31-14. Oakland is 3-6, and they're pretty much toast. They are 3 behind that top group in the AFC West. John Madden is going to go out and miss the playoffs. San Diego is now ranked second in our power ratings. Miami, with Don Strock still filling in for Bob Greasy, beat the Colts 31-20. Miami is 4-5, and they sit a long way away from New England. I mean, a long way away. Cleveland Browns fans, I know there's a bunch of you watching this on the replay. They've beaten the Bills 31-28. One of the Pruitts ran for 103 yards. And so it really doesn't matter what Pittsburgh does in this game. Cleveland is still going to be in first place. If the Chiefs upset the Steelers, the lead goes to a full 2 games. Right now it's a game and a half. Cincinnati dumps Houston 20-14. Pete Johnson, 21 carries for 98 yards. Kenny Anderson, 21 for 39 for 251. The Bengals have an outside shot at a playoff spot. In fact, the entire AFC Central is above 500. Kansas City and Pittsburgh, you're about to see it. I haven't played it. I don't know what happened. The Patriots beat the Jets 29-17. Got to get the Patriots in there again. The one game we had was the botched lost frames, drop frames game. There's, however, none of the rushing and receiving leaders were from the Patriots. Trust me. They have a 3-game lead in first place. Los Angeles and Atlanta you'll see on Thursday. And as I said, that will remain unplayed. A huge loss for the Eagles. The Cardinals beat them at Levet 23-7. Joe Hart, 21 for 31 for 233. The Cardinals are now, well, they're hoping for a wild card. They might get it. Washington and Chicago, by the way, and St. Louis are your top 3 for the NFC wild card. Why? Because Washington beat the 49ers 7-0. John Riggins runs for 109 yards and 24 carries. They are 3 games behind the Cowboys, but in good shape for a playoff spot. The Bears take a bad loss to the Detroit Lions, 26-7. Barney Bussey, 20 carries, 94 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Gary Danielson, 14 for 23 for 140, and a couple of hot dogs with Vern Lundquist. Green Bay keeps their first place advantage, 26-14 over Tampa Bay. Turdell Middleton has run for 981 yards and has a 127-yard lead over Earl Campbell as the leading rusher. How about that? Saints beat the Giants 31-17. Denver keeps pace in the AFC West 35-13 over Seattle. And the Monday night game, Dallas over a bad Minnesota team. The Cowboys are now 9-0. So our best bets for Week 10, I'm leaning towards Dallas and Miami. And I don't know if I have one game or two next week. Depends if the wifey has an appointment. So Dallas and Miami for sure. And I had the other game picked out. Cleveland and Houston. So probably don't know when we'll do both those games, but it'll be Cleveland and Houston and Dallas and Miami next week. And then after that, we seem to have Denver, Cleveland, Houston, New England, Dallas, Green Bay. That might be a triple header week. Kansas City, San Diego is important too. So we'll do what we can as these games get more and more important. But as the clock ticks noon, you're watching Retro Sports Network, home of the champions, past, present, and future. And from Three River Stadium in Cleveland, Retro Sports Network brings you NFL 78 lunchtime replay. It's the Kansas City Chiefs and the Pittsburgh Steelers. It's a gorgeous day. This first weekend of November, 1978, the Steelers have won the toss. It's 32 degrees. It's clear. There is little to no wind. Jan Stenerud stands at his 35-yard line. Steelers and the Chiefs, both 6-2, and this is really a must-win game for both teams. If you watch the pregame show, you know, as I look for my mouse to call up my notes, as you know, the Chargers have already won this week. So if a Kansas City loss puts San Diego in first place at 7-2. The Cleveland Browns have already won this week. So Pittsburgh would be 2 games behind the Browns with 7 to play with a loss. The Browns are in first place no matter what. It's a big one here in the AFC. And so Stenerud kicking into the win from his own 35. Chiefs in white tops and cherry pants. Steelers, of course, in their familiar black and gold. And here's the kick, and the game is underway. Returned at the 5-yard line. 10, 15, 20, 25. Eddie Payton makes a tackle at the 28, and Larry Anderson had the return. So the Steelers set up shop from their own 28-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Steelers. Harris, Blyer are the running backs. Swan and Stallworth are the wideouts. Grossman, the tight end. Remember, Cunningham is gone for the year now. And Bradshaw, of course, the quarterback. Off tackle left to Franco Harris on 1st down, and he gets across the 30 to the 35, 3-yard line. Howard was hurt. Wow. So Tim Collier made the tackle. Howard, one of the better defenders for Kansas City, was hurt, and his return is questionable. Let's meet the Steelers formally, shall we, on 2nd and 5? Well, you know that man, Terry Bradshaw. On the year, Terry has thrown 198 passes, completed 108 for 1,543 yards. He has 15 touchdowns and 8 interceptions. Franco Harris and Rocky Blyer are the backfield. Lynn Swan plays near side. John Stallworth on the far side. And Randy Grossman, the tight end. Blyer off tackle right on 2nd and 5. Crossed a little short of the 35-yard line. Paul with the tackle. Whitney Paul makes the stop for 3rd and 3 at the Pittsburgh 35-yard line. The line for Pittsburgh. From left to right. John Kolb is the left tackle. Sam Davis, the left guard. Mike Webster, the all-world center. Jerry Mullins, the right guard. And Ray Pinney is your right tackle. 3rd and a short 3. Harris on a sweep to the near side. Hopes to get a block. He does, but he's not going to get it. He's going to not even get back to the line of scrimmage. Hicks with a stop. Sylvester Hicks after no gain. So it's 3 and out for the Steelers. And we'll meet the KC defense the next time around. The Steelers will punt. Craig Colquitt has the honor. Eddie Payton will stand deep. Colquitt stands on his 20. And so does Payton on his own 20. Let's see if he actually does return this. Good kick. Payton moves to his left. Gets the return to the 30-yard line. 35 before he is hit by Taze. So Eddie Payton with a good return. And it's 1st and 10 from the Chiefs. From their own 33-yard line. Mike Livingston is the quarterback. On the fake season, Livingston is 113 for 205 in the air. He's thrown for 1,131 yards, 9 touchdowns, and 10 interceptions. It's Tony Reed and Arnold Morgado In the backfield, Larry Dorsey, Walter White, and Henry Marshall are the receivers. Reed on an off-tackle left on first down from the 33. He gets a block across the 35 before Johnson makes a stop at the 36-yard line. Ron Johnson. So 2nd and 7 for the Chiefs. Morgado on a trap to the right. He gets a little bit of a block and gets it to the 38-yard line before L.C. Greenwood makes the tackle. So it'll be 3rd and 5 for the Chiefs. Let's meet their offensive line, shall we? Charlie Getty is the right tackle. Bob Simmons, the right guard. Jack Rudney is the center, and he's probably their best lineman. Tom Condon is the left guard, and Matt Herkenhoff is the left tackle. Short slant to Walter White on 3rd and 5. Livingston to throw it. Heads back. Does not have light. You could say that he broke bad there. So it'll be 4th and 5. The Chiefs are 3 and out on their first series. 11:52 to go. And they will punt. Zenon Andrewshizin is the punter. If there's a Chiefs fan that ever watches this, would you let me know how to pronounce that? Anyway, he'll punt deep. Bell and Reutershawn, the deep man for Pittsburgh. Punt is away. It's going to be a little short. Bell should have this at the 22-yard line. He gets a block to the 25, to the 28. This will come back.
Illegal block. Receiving team.
Jack Ham makes the illegal block. And Reutershawn is one of the return. We didn't meet the Kansas City defense last time. Let's do that. Art Still is your left defensive end. Don Parrish, the defensive tackle. And Sylvester Hicks rides the right defensive end. Whitney Paul is your right outside linebacker. I guess that would be Mr. Paul. His wife makes fish sticks, you know. Gary Spani is the right inside linebacker. Dave Rosemick is the left inside linebacker. And Jimbo Elrod is the left outside linebacker. Tim Collier is the left corner. Gary Green is your right corner. Tim Gray is your strong safety. Or it's your free safety, rather. And Gary Barbaro is your strong safety. Flyer off tackle right from the Pittsburgh 12. 1st and 10 across the 15. Elrod makes a stop at the 17-yard line. The chat box is there and is blocking it, but it seems to have changed. Maybe it's because of the turf. If you have Action PC football, you know, in the first couple months of the season, it's nice and green before the play. Now it's kind of a frosty, astroturfish, well, like a toughened grass, dormant white and frost and yellow. Boy, that was pretty wordy. 2nd and 5 for the Steelers. Harris on a sweep to the left, but there's a flag down.
Start. Offense. Number 82.
Stallworth makes the jump. So it'll be 2nd and 10 for the Steelers from their own 12-yard line. They go back to the original line of scrimmage. Harris on the fullback dive on 2nd and 10. He gets it back out across the 15 before Hicks makes the tackle. Sylvester Hicks makes the stop at the 16-yard line. So 3rd and 6 for the Steelers. Clock running, under 10.5 to go. Stallworth on a medium slant. Bradshaw has time. He's got Stallworth open at the 30. Stallworth gets a good run. Collier makes the tackle at the 38-yard line for a gain of 22. So Bradshaw, who only threw 13 times in the real game, gets 22 on his first completion of this one. Steelers, by the way, won the real game 27-24. You see that Pittsburgh is favored this afternoon by 5. In the real game, they were favored by 14. Harris, pitch to the near side. Gets across one blocker, but before Hicks will knock him down right at the line of scrimmage. So Sylvester Hicks is having a pretty good game. He has 3 stops. And by the time that Bradshaw will snap this play, the clock will be under 9 minutes. 4 carries for Harris for 9 yards. Blyer on a trap to the left on 2nd and 10, and Blyer gets a good block. He gets a first down. Spotty makes the tackle right at midfield. So that's 3 carries for 19 yards for Blyer, and the Steelers have it 1st and 10 right from the 50-yard line. Swan on a long cross. Bradshaw waits, has time, has Swan at the 25. Green is right there. It's a gain of 27. There's no yards after the catch, but it's 1st and 10 from the Kansas City 23. So 2 for 2 for 49 yards. That completion to Swan for 27. And you can see how Pittsburgh is doing well. They average 347 yards a game. They've given up just under 300 at 296. Harris meant to do that to the right side, not the left. On the sweep, flag is down, so it won't matter. Rosemick with the tackle. It's a loss of 2.
Unnecessary roughness. Defense. Number 55.
But Rosemick,
first down.
Kind of does more than kind of. He throws a punch after Harris is down, and so instead of a 2-yard loss, it's 1st and 10 with a 12-yard penalty. So a half the distance penalty, and so it'll be 1st and 10 from the Kansas City 11. Randy Grossman on a short slant. Kansas City fakes the blitz. Bradshaw has time, has Grossman at the 2, and he's going to waltz right in for 6. You couldn't do any better than that. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. And with 7:09 to go in the first quarter, the Steelers 6, the Chiefs nothing. Kick is up. Kick is good by Jarella. And Eddie Payton and company hope to set up a good drive for the Chiefs. It's 7-0 Pittsburgh, 7:09 to go first quarter. So, Peyton is the deep blob. He stands at his 8. Belton and Marshall are the up men at the 15. Pittsburgh kicking right to left. And then it'll be down for a touchback, and that's where Kansas City will start at their own 20-yard line. 7-0 Steelers. 7:09 first quarter. It's still Rita Morgado, Marshall and Dorsey, and Walter White with Mike Livingston. Those are the specialty backs. And Reed, the audible into a screen. He goes to the near side. Livingston has time, but it's not a good pass. Joe Green gets credit for the hurry, and Livingston is now over 2. Did I tell you that Livingston is yeah, I gave you Livingston stats. So 2nd and 10 from the Kansas City 20. Reed on a pitch right. And that kind of looks like an option, but Reed gets across to the 25-yard line. Jack Ham makes a tackle, a gain of 4. Let's meet the Pittsburgh defense. From left to right, L.C. Greenwood at defensive end. Mean Joe Green, the defensive tackle. Steve Furness is the other tackle. Pittsburgh plays a 4-3. On the right end is Dwight White. Jack Ham, the left outside linebacker. Jack Lambert, the inside linebacker. Robin Cole, who the last time we had the Steelers against the Browns, scored 2 touchdowns. He's the worst of the bunch. If he's the bad one, that's scary. Ron Johnson and Mel Blount are your corners. Mike Wagner, the free safety, and Donnie Shell is the strong safety. Short cross to Henry Marshall on 3rd and 6. Livingston blitzes, throws, complete, first down, and a little bit more before Mel Blount makes a tackle. It's a gain of 8, And it'll be 1st and 10 for the Chiefs from their own 32. Somehow they've averaged 26.1 points a game. Morgado on a sweep to the near side, and he waits for a block, gets it across the 35. Jack Ham with a tackle after a gain of 4. So 2 carries and 6 yards for Morgado. And the clock is running. 5:24. It'll be under 5 minutes to go before the ball is snapped. Tony Reed off tackle left on 2nd and 6. Gets it to the 40 and more. First down, 45-50, 45-40, 35-30. Gets a cut, 25-20. Can they catch him? Johnson makes a touchdown-saving tackle at the 17-yard line. And Tony Reed has his longest run of the year at 47 yards. And the Chiefs have it 1st and 10 from the Steelers 17. They've stunned this crowd into silence. White on a short slant. Pittsburgh blitzes. They pick it up. He dumps it down to Reed, incomplete. 2nd and 10 from the 17. Stenerud, if you're wondering, it would be a 80 or 66% chance of making this. Marshall wants to come out. So Bill Keller is the other wide receiver. Well, let me get this right. So Dorsey is the lone wide receiver. White and Samuels are the tight ends. Reed and Morgado are the running backs. 2nd and 10, double tight end set. Reed off tackle left is the call on 2nd down across the 15 to about the 13-yard line. Dwight White makes the tackle. Reed 4 carries, 58 yards. 3rd and 6. Short cross to Larry Dorsey. Livingston has time. Mel Blount got a hand on it, and it'll be incomplete. It's almost impossible to throw out of that double tight end set. So here comes Stenerud. 2:58 to go, first quarter, from the Pittsburgh 13. So this will be a 30-yarder into that little bit of light wind for the Chiefs. Livingston will hold. Rudnay will snap it. Here's the kick. It is up. It's drifting left, and it is no good. It's low. And Stenerud misses it. So the Steelers, with 2:53 to go, lead 7-0. Flyer off tackle left from the Pittsburgh 20. And Kansas City forces a fumble. It is taken by Lynn Swan. Lynn Swan recovers the fumble. I made a video for my sister. It's her birthday today, and she's commented on it. And now I have to wait till after the game to see it. Can't wait to see what she says. If you're in the central Vermont, if you're ever in the Vermont area, let me know. Maybe we can get together here in Burlington. But she does crafts things. I'll give her a plug. The name of her place is the Blue Buddha, and she does craft things all around southern Vermont and the Washington County area of New York. And it'd be nice. So if you see something from the Blue Buddha, I believe she also has an Etsy page. Knickknacks and all that, that's her thing. So Blue Buddha is my sister's shop, and she turns 40 today. All right, yes, it's now telling me on my phone that she's commented. 2:47 to go, 2nd and 10, clock running. Harris on a sweep again to the near side, and he Gets across the line of scrimmage in a block. Hicks will neck him down to the 25. Romazek is hurt on the play. No, it's Webster. Well, they both were hurt, and they both were okay. And so I'm going to put up the screen here so you can't see my Facebook page. But we'll run this third down play right after this. That's what we got the logo up for. Because you can't make her wait an hour and a half. And it's not like any of you are watching this live anyway. It was very sweet. All right. Oops. Oh. All right. Squeaky time is over. So let's see. So Webster and Rozamek were hurt. Clock is running since no one left. Under 2 minutes first quarter. Steelers 7, Chiefs nothing. Short hitch to Grossman. Bradshaw off his back foot. Hits Grossman for a first down at 32. Grossman can't get anywhere with it. He'll get 9. Barbaro makes the tackle, and the Steelers get a fresh set of downs from their own 34. Minute on the clock. Harris off tackle right is the call. He gets across the 35. That's better for Pittsburgh. It's a gain of 6. Still makes the tackle. One last play coming up here for the Steelers in the first quarter. They lead 7-0. Bradshaw 4 for 4 for 69 yards, and the Steelers have run it 10 times for 39. Blyer from the 40 needs 4. Will he get it? Yes. Elrod makes the tackle. And the clock will run out to end the first quarter. After 1, it's the Steelers 7, the Chiefs nothing. So second quarter, Pittsburgh now into the wind. Although it really doesn't matter. It's only going about less than 5 miles an hour. So it'll be 1st and 10 from the Pittsburgh 44. All Steelers so far. They had the 1 touchdown, and Stenerud missed a field goal for Kansas City. So both teams need this win. Kansas City needs it to stay in first place. Pittsburgh, because Cleveland's already won this week, would be 2 games behind the high-flying Browns with a loss. Harris on the draw. Runs behind Webster and then runs right into Paul for no gain. 2nd down and 10 for the Steelers. Just the start of the second quarter. No gain on that. 7 carries for Harris for 20 yards. So Harris on the short flat. And that's caught at the 40. Does he have any room? He gets to the 45. So about 3 yards on the play as Rozamek makes the tackle. 3rd and 7. So again, Bradshaw hasn't thrown an incompletion. 5 for 5 for 72, but they're 3rd and long here. And Pittsburgh goes 3 wide. Jim Smith is the 3rd receiver this afternoon. And Bradshaw will try to deliver him a short hitch. He's on the near side. He's got it for a first down. Collier makes a tackle. It's a gain of 8. And the Steelers have a fresh set from the Kansas City 45. Rocky Blyer comes back in. Harris on a sweep to the far side. Dodges a back. Gets it across to the 41-yard line. It's a gain of 4. Elrod on the tackle. Elrod 3 tackles. Harris 8 carries for 24 yards. 7-0 Pittsburgh. Under 13 to go in the second quarter. Stallworth on a medium slant. Nope, Kansas City didn't like that. And so they will call time. 12:53 to go in the half. It's Pittsburgh 7, Kansas City nothing. 2nd and 6. Medium slant to Stallworth. Bradshaw rolling, throws, dumps it down to Harris at the 45 to the 40, and he's got a first down and more. Across the 30, Elrod knocks him down after a gain of 12. And so, 1st and 10 from the Kansas City 29. Flyer, off tackle left. Across the 30, 25. Hicks makes the stop after a gain of 8. 2nd and 2 from the Kansas City 21. So another good drive by the Steelers. 11 plays, 59 yards so far, and they've taken nearly 6 minutes off the clock. Harris on a dive. Gets his block, reaches, Spanny makes the tackle, and give him a first down. So another first down for the Steelers. They've run it 15 times for 57 yards. Long slant to Stallworth. Pittsburgh wants a touchdown. They want it now. Bradshaw going to scramble. Gets to the 15. Paul makes the stop after a gain of 5. Whitney Paul. And it'll be 2nd and 5, pardon me. So Bradshaw didn't like what he saw, tucked tail, and gave himself 5 yards. Harris on a trap to the right. Across the 10 to the 5. He's going for daylight, and he's got 6. He's got 6. 10 carries, 40 yards. And the Steelers are up 13-0. Girella comes in. The extra point is up. The extra point is good. And with 9:59 to go in the second quarter, it's Pittsburgh 14, Kansas City nothing. So Peyton will stand to return this kick with Belton and Marshall the Upman. Girella boots it. Peyton. It's going to go to one of the Upman, pardon me, at the 9, 20, 25. Good return. 40, 45, 43-yard line. So it's Belton on the Horace Belton on the return. It's a 36-yard return. They'll spot it at the 43. 1st and 10 from the Chiefs on their own 43. Reed off tackle left, but there's a flag down.
Start. Offense. Number 73.
Simmons,
5
the right guard.
Repeat, first down.
Jumps. That's not what Martin Levy wanted. And so they send in another play. 1st and 15. Reed on a pitch to the right. And he gets across the 40 to the 44. 3. Ham makes a tackle. That's his 3rd. And so Kansas City back to its original line of scrimmage. Clock running, under 9.5 to go. Reed will sweep it to the near side. Gets towards the sidelines, across the 45. Blount, one of 2 or 3 Steelers to make the stop. It's a gain of 4, and it's 3rd and 6. So Reed has 6 carries for 67 yards. Under 9 to go. Dorsey on a short slant. Pittsburgh blitzes, and they're in Livingston in a hurry. He looks, he finds Reed, who gets across midfield and a first down. Robin Cole makes the tackle after a gain of 7, and so Kansas City gets away with that. That was a Chinese fire drill type play, just everyone kind of running around, and they get 7 out of it. So Livingston is 2 for 6 for 15 yards this afternoon. White on a medium fly. Pittsburgh again blitzes. But he's got White for a first down at the 35. White gets to the 30 before Donnie Shell makes the tackle. A gain of 16. And so Kansas City doing what it can through the air. Remember, it's pretty much down to one receiver. It's Dorsey's the only really wide receiver. Walter White is their leading pass catcher on the replay. And coming into the game, he had 31 catches for 201 yards and 4 scores. Reed on a sweep to the left. And across the 30, gets a couple yards before Dwight White makes the tackle. Clock running, under 7 minutes to go. Pittsburgh 14, Kansas City nothing. On the Tuesday NFL replay at lunch. Morgado on a sweep to the left from the 27. Gets to the 25. White makes the tackle after a gain of 2. So that's the third tackle by White. The Chiefs are 2 for 4 today on third down. Morgado has only carried the ball 3 times for 8 yards. In the real game, he carried it 19 for 74. Dorsey on a medium cross from the Pittsburgh 25. Livingston has time, but he throws it low, and Dorsey can't make the catch. So it'll be a 64% chance for Stenerud. They trail 14-0. This will be from 5 and 7, 42 yards. With the wind. Stenerud's 0 for 1 today. He gets a foot on it, and that one is good. So the Chiefs are on the board with 5:54 to go in the half. It's Pittsburgh 14, Kansas City 3. And Stenerud boots that away. Taken at the 5-yard line by Bell. 10, 15, 20. Good return to the 30-yard line. That's Anderson, beg your pardon. Anderson with a 26-yard return. Spotted at the Pittsburgh 30. 1st and 10, 5:45 to go. And if you're wondering why Bradshaw only threw it 13 times a game, he went 8 for 13 for 109 and a score and 2 interceptions. They haven't needed to. The Steelers are averaging 4.5 a run. Sidney Thornton joins Harris in the backfield. Sweep to the near side for Thornton on 1st and 10 from the 30. And he's knocked down by Rosemek at the line of scrimmage. So 2nd and 10 for the Steelers. That play went nowhere. Rosemek, second stop of the game. Harris on a trap to the left. And he gets across the 30, but not much more than that. Paul with the tackle, a gain of 3. Whitney's 4th of the game, and the clock now under 5 to go. 3rd and 7 for Pittsburgh. Short slant to Grossman. Kansas City blitzes. Bradshaw looks, finds Swan, a second read for a first down. Gain of 12. Spotted at the Pittsburgh 45. 1st and 10. 2 catches for Lynn for 39 yards. Stallworth on a long out. Bradshaw's feeling lucky. He's got time. He waits. He throws. Stallworth has it at the Kansas City 30 to the 26-yard line. It's a gain of 29. So 2 bombs to Stallworth at 51 yards. And again, the Steelers are knocking on the door from the Kansas City 26. Thornton, off tackle left, 1st and 10. Cross the line to the 20, first down and more. He drags Collier down to the 9-yard line. It's a gain of 17. And that's one of those games that you're just going to look at, and the Steelers on offense have done everything right. They have 229 net yards. Harris pitched to the near side on 1st and goal to the 5, and that's 6. That's an easy touchdown. John Kolb made the block, and Harris drove the truck through it. And so he has 2 touchdowns with 2:45 to go in the half. It's the Steelers 20, the Chiefs 3. Jarella with a kick. It's up, and it's good. And so Kansas City has work to do. 2:45. They just need some points here. But the Steelers are crushing them 21-3. Jarella gets it away. Peyton from his goal line. 10, 15, 20, 25, 26-yard line before Anderson makes the tackle. And so 1st and 10, 2:37 to go. Henry Marshall back in the game as the receiver. Marshall, Dorsey, White. MacArthur Lane comes in as the other running back for Borgado. So Kansas City has their best passing backs in the game. And it's a short one in the flat to Lane is the call. Livingston throws. Lane has it at the 23. He runs to the 30-yard line. Ham makes a tackle at the 31. It's a gain of 5. And the clock is running. They'll get one more play in here before the 2-minute warning. Marshall on a medium slant. Livingston to throw it again. He waits. He fires. And Blount picks it up at the 45. 40 to the 31-yard line. That's Mel's 3rd interception of the year. And at the 2-minute warning, 1:56 to be specific. The Steelers are en route to a blowout. 1st and 10. Grossman on a short hitch from the Kansas City 31. Bradshaw finds him across the 20. He runs it down to the 15-yard line. So Bradshaw is 10 for 10 for 148 yards. Harris on a sweep to the far side. And gets nowhere with it. Still makes a tackle for a loss of 4. And Pittsburgh will call time. They have 2 left. So 2nd down, 14 from the Kansas City 20. Jarella, not good field position, not a good kicker. Would be about 41% chance of making that from 37. Harris, short, flat pass from Bradshaw. He throws, he looks, he dumps it down to Thornton, complete. To the 20, to the 15, Thornton down to the 10. So it'll be 3rd and 4 from the Kansas City 10. Grossman on a medium hitch. Bradshaw rolling, throws down to Thornton again. Has the 1st down, has a touchdown. And so with 35 seconds to go, the Steelers are all over the Chiefs. 27-3. Extra point is up. Extra point is good. So, this is about as one-sided as you can get. The Steelers 28, the Chiefs 3. 35 seconds to go in the 2nd quarter. Peyton will return it 2 yards deep. Yeah, that's how it works, IDJ. Taken at the goal line. 10, 15, 20, 25-yard line. A 27-yard return for Eddie Payton, and Terry makes the tackle. It's been all Pittsburgh, 28-3. You can see up on the upper right side, Terry Bradshaw is 12 for 12 for 168 yards and 2 touchdowns. Franco Harris has the other 2. MacArthur Lane will go off tackle to the right. Kansas City will get the ball to start in the 2nd half. And Furness makes the tackle, and I believe we're going to the half. Yep. Well, the Chiefs get the football. Jarella will kick it. Oh, no, they did not show. They did not show. And they certainly can't stop a pass. So Marv Levy gives him a talking to. Peyton stands at his own 8. You never know what can happen. If you were with us last week for the Kansas City-Cleveland game, Kansas City made it a one-score game in the fourth quarter. By the way, for those of you just joining us, the Browns have won already today, so they're 8-1. And the Chargers have won. They are 7-2. So that's the immediate responses for these two teams. Right now, Pittsburgh will be a game behind Cleveland with a win, and Kansas City and San Diego will be tied. They'll return it from a yard deep. Jarrella gets a good foot on it. Kansas City will have the win. They're going left to right. 10, 15, 20 before Reitersheim makes the tackle at the 20-yard line. So 21-yard return. Kansas City is hurting. And ID Jester said the Kansas City's defense didn't show. By God, whatever would give you that idea? First down 17-4 in favor of Pittsburgh. Kansas City can run the ball well. They just can't throw it. And they missed a whole boatload of tackles. And the Steelers are 5 of 6 on third down. And then here's the specialty stats. While ID looks at that, the conclusion of our Dungeons and Dragons saga is Thursday night at 8, 7 Central, 5 Pacific, on ID Jester's channel. Part 5 of our Dungeons and Dragons adventure. So the first series of that ends on Thursday, and I'd love to have you join us there. So that's a look at everyone's stats. And so first play from scrimmage. Reed off tackle right. From the 20, gets a little bit of a hole. Cole makes the tackle after a gain of 5, and it'll be 2nd and 5 from there. Lane in the short flat. Livingston finds him now. Can he find any room? He does. He gets a first down, 35-yard line. Ham trips him up at the 37. So 1st and 10 for Kansas City. And they need a boatload of help. Reed, sweep to the far side. And he is knocked down by Mean Joe Green after a loss of 4. Furness limps off the field. His return is questionable. And Banasek is now in the game for the other defensive tackle. 2nd and 14 for the Chiefs. Short cross to Walter White. Livingston has time. He dumps it down to Reed, and Reed gets it across the 35 to the 36. And it'll be 3rd and 11. Yep. Al, the Chiefs are coming back down to reality. You've not missed much in this game for sure. Dorsey on a medium cross. Pittsburgh blitzes. In fact, they're in the backfield in a hurry. He dumps it to Dorsey, and Dorsey gets a first down. Ron Johnson makes a tackle at the Kansas City 49, and the Chiefs get lucky there. So 1st and 10 from their own 49. Livingston now is 7 for 13 for 64 yards. MacArthur Lane on a pitch to the far near side. Across midfield down to the 45-yard line. And it'll be 2nd and 4 after a gain of 6. Henry Marshall on a short hitch. He's got it inside the 40. It's a first down. Mel Blount makes the tackle. It's a gain of 7. So little still dinks and dunks. That's all Livingston can really do. McKnight goes in for Lane. And he'll get it off tackle to the right on 1st and 10 from the Steeler 38. McKnight tries to find the sideline. He gets 4. Ham with the tackle. That's his 7th. I'll answer that question for ID Jester. Oh, yeah. 4 times in 15 years? Absolutely. 2nd and 6. Reed on a short flat. And Reed has it. And on the sideline, he gets a first down inside the 25-yard line. It's a gain of 9. Dorsey is shaken up. He'll be gone for a few plays. And now Kansas City has 2 receivers who haven't caught a ball all year. Keller and McRae. So Marshall has to come in just to give Livingston a potential target. Reed on a trap left. Reed to the 25 and no more. Dorsey's back. So Morgado in for Reed. Reed, by the way, in the replay has run it 145 times for 727 yards and 6 touchdowns. He's Kansas City's leading runner, and he's a good receiver too. 2nd and 10, Steeler 25. I don't know. You know, the Yankees ID have a World Series of their own in 2009. Morgado and McKnight the backfield. Keller and Dorsey the wide receivers. White the tight end. 28-3. Kansas City needs something in a hurry. Under 10 minutes to go in the third quarter. McKnight off tackle left. Across the 25 to the 20. Lambert makes the tackle at the 19. It's a gain of 6. 3rd and 4. They're already in Stenerud range. He's 1 for 2, but 3 field goals won't do him any good. They've got to get touchdowns. Dorsey on a short hitch. Pittsburgh blitzes, and that is incomplete. Intended for Dorsey, and well, I'm sorry to hear you're not feeling well. So Stenerud comes out to kick. 4th and 4. A 70% chance, and Stenerud will send this one right down the middle. And with 8:29 to go in the third quarter, it's the Steelers 28, the Chiefs 6. And this will be down to 3 yards deep by Anderson. By the way, on Al's channel, he's got a Game 7 coming up. When are you doing that, bud? Between the Cardinals and the Red Sox. The Red Sox were down 2-0 in the 67 what-if replay. Or what if Tony Cogligliero and Sparky Lyle played. The Cardinals won the first 2 at Fenway. The Sox stormed back for 3 straight at Busch. And late last night, the Red Sox won, I think it was 7-1 from what little I saw this morning. And so they have forced a Game 7. That's on our Red Sox fans channel. And when he tells me when he's going to do that. AU Packmule, how you doing? So Harris and Thornton in the backfield. And there's a brawl in the stands, boys and girls. Harris off tackle right on 1st and 10 from the 20. Harris gets a block. He gets it out to the 24-yard line before Paul makes the tackle. That's Whitney's 5th. Glad you could join us on your lunch hour. 2nd and 6 for the Steelers. Harris in the replay coming into this game. He's got 14 carries for 52 yards today. Before that, 183 carries for 563 yards. Thornton on 2nd and 6. Off tackle right. Flag is down. He gets across the 25. But Kansas City touched somebody.
67, 5-yard penalty.
Arch Still touched somebody inappropriately, so that's a trip to the Human Resource Department. And a 5-yard flag. 2nd and 1 now for the Steelers. Here's trap left. They need to get to the 30, and he barely gets it. Rosemick makes a hit at the 31-yard line, and it'll be 1st and 10 Under 7.5 to go. 28-6. This one has been all Steelers. Swan on a long slant on 1st and 10. Bradshaw is flushed. He checks it. Stallworth midfield. 40. 35. Green with the tackle. Bradshaw has not missed a completion all day. He's thrown it 13 times for 203 yards. And for Dwight Furness is healthy. He'll come back in the game. Oh, Al. Yes, it's a trip to Human Resources, but they do have some good-looking gals, so all good. And ID Jester, I was just thinking that, Ron. He was touching someone inappropriately and had to get a talking to. Yep, except it's probably, Red Cashin. First down! And it's 1st and 10 here. Rocky Blyer comes back in the game. 1st and 10 from the Kansas City 34. Blyer off tackle right. Gets a block and maybe. Elrod with the tackle. It's a gain of 1. 7 carries for 32 yards. You guys are great. You know that? You guys are absolutely fantastic. 2nd and 9 for the Steelers. I forgot who they play in Week 10. I think Dallas, Miami, and I think we might do Houston and Cincinnati. The entire AFC Central is above 500. Believe it or not. Harris pitched to the left from the Kansas City 33. Gets it across the 30 before Roosevelt can make a tackle at the 28, a gain of 5. 34. All right. Thanks for joining us, ID. Enjoy your pizza. 3rd and 4. Grossman on a short slant. Bradshaw back to throw it. And Grossman has a first down at 20. Barbaro with a tackle after a gain of 12. And it's 1st and 10 from the Kansas City 16. And again, Bradshaw's now thrown it more than he did in the regular game. But he hasn't thrown an incomplete pass. This is wild stuff. Under 5 to go in the 3rd. Harris on the draw from the 16. And nope, Kansas City ran that one all the way. Paul makes the tackle. They wanted Harris. They got Harris. And it'll be 2nd and 10. Under 3 minutes. So Rick Mosier comes in for Harris. Pittsburgh has run it 27 times for 113 yards. Isn't that the point, Al? Isn't that I could work in HR. No one would be swooning for me. Not even my wife. Mosier gets a pitch to the left on 2nd and 10 from the 16. He gets it to the 15-yard line. All those spot at the 14. They're being generous. Rosamond with the tackle, and it's a gain of 2. So that's the 5th for... Oh, Al. I hope that's the call medicine talking. 3rd and 8 from the 14. Under or just about 3 minutes to go here in the 3rd. Grossman on a short cross. Kansas City blitzes. Bradshaw has time. He flips down to Mosier. Again, he still can't throw an incompletion. Mosier gets it to the 9-yard line. And this will be the last play of the drive. 10 plays, 71 yards. And flip a coin time here. Girella only has a 54% chance of making this field goal. So Webster will snap. The punter, Craig Colquitt, will hold. And let's be honest, Girella's chances are 53.7. The snap is down, the kick is up, and Girella cannot be confused with John Smith, as that's good. With 2:15 to go in the 3rd quarter, it's party time, boys. Dandy Don's here, 31-6 Pittsburgh. And so Peyton will return this from Girella, and I'll take a drink of coffee in a second. From the 8 to the 20, 25-30, 35-40. It's a 31-yard return. Tackled at the 39-yard line, and that's where the there. A little revenge from your HR person told me to say that, Al. So 2:08 to go in the third quarter. Kansas City trailing 31-6. So they will be tied with San Diego for first at San Diego will now be in first place at 7-2 in the AFC West. Kansas City, this would now be a wild card game matchup. McKnight on a sweep to the right on 1st and 10, 40, 45. It's a good run. Greenwood with a tackle after a gain of 6. And then 2nd and 3. Charlie Getty, the right tackle, with a big hole there. Kansas City's run the ball fine. 18 carries for 106 yards, including one big blast by Reed, but that's been about it. Morgado. McKnight on the screen, unaudible. Livingston waits, throws. It's incomplete. McKnight dropped it, as a matter of fact. That's not what you wanted to do, and it's 3rd down and short. Tony Reed comes in, double tight end set from the Kansas City 46. Reed off tackle left, waits for his block, gets the block because he stretches for the first down, but Lambert holds him a yard short. Well, you're already down 18 gazillion points. You might as well go for it. 2 tight end set. McKnight on the fullback dive. Livingston gives it to McKnight. Gets his block, maybe Green with the tackle, and it's the first down. So, last play of the third quarter. We go to the fourth quarter. This is more like the Steelers that you know and don't love. It's 31-6. Terry Bradshaw, 15 for 15 today for 220 yards. McKnight on a pitch to the near side from the Kansas City 49. Across midfield, Ham makes the tackle after a gain of 4. He knocked him out of bounds, 2nd down and 6. Dorsey back in the game at wide receiver. Short slant to him. Livingston to throw it. He's flushed. He throws across the body, incomplete. So 3rd and 6. White on a short slant. No, Reed on a screen. They need 6. Livingston waits. He throws. It is right through his hands. So Reed drops it, and the Chiefs will punt here on 4th and 6. 6 is too much to go for. So Zenon Andrew Shizen back to punt. Pittsburgh's going to let it roll. 14:39 to go in the game. And that one will be dead at the 5-yard line. So that's where the Steelers start this drive. Randy Reutershawn is the one that just kind of called for the fair catch. Well, he didn't kind of call for it, he did. So 1st and 10 from the Steelers 5. Harris is still out. Blyer on the fullback dive. And Blyer gets across the line of scrimmage to the 8-yard line. Gain of 3, 2nd and 7. Atlanta and hosts Los Angeles on Thursday. That's our next live broadcast for you. In fact, that's our next stream for you of any kind, as I'm taking tomorrow off. So 2nd and 7 from the 8. Short hitch to Swan. Bradshaw has Swan for a first down, but he fumbles it. Green has it, and Green recovers. So Kansas City catches a break. So Lynn Swan fumbled that one, and Kansas City gets it at the Pittsburgh 19. Henry Marshall comes in. Short hitch to White. Livingston throws incomplete. That was just a god-awful throw. Tony Reed will sweep to the near side, and it gets across the 20 to the 15-yard line. Jack Ham with the tackle after a gain of 5, 3rd and 5. That is Jack's 10th tackle of the afternoon. So 3rd down and long from the Pittsburgh 14. Reed on a short flat. Livingston dumps it down, incomplete. When you can't hit those, you are in some deep doo-doo. You got to go for it. I mean, the temptation is to say, put 3 more on the board for Stenerud, but you got to go. White on a medium slant on 4th and 5. 3 wide. Livingston waits. He is sacked by Mean Joe Green. Green got past one Kansas City lineman and made a beeline right for Livingston. There wasn't anything he could do. It's 4th down. You can't throw it away. And so they'll give it to the Steelers at their own 22. And surprisingly enough, that is the first sack of the day by the Steelers. So Harris comes back in. 13-19 to go in the game. 1st and 10, off tackle left to Harris from their own 22. And Hicks will knock him down right then and there. They didn't play for it. That's the 7th tackle by Hicks. And the clock is running. Flyer. To 23-4. 2 yards there. Whitney Paul with the tackle. 9 carries for Rocky this afternoon for 37 yards. And so the Steelers on 3rd and 8 are going to have to throw it. Blyer in the short flat. Bradshaw has another complete pass. Blyer down the sideline across the 30. Gets a 1st down or more to the 36-yard line. Collier with a tackle. And the beat goes on. Kansas City just can't stop anything. Bradshaw now 17 for 17 and 243 yards in the air. Harris off tackle left from the Steeler 36. He gets off a block, goes a couple yards, and Paul makes the tackle at the 38. As you hear a train whistle behind me. Flyer on a trap left from the Steeler 38. And he gets it to the line of scrimmage and moves his legs till Paul makes the tackle at the 40. So 3rd and 6. Under 10 to go now. Screen to Blyer. Bradshaw. Looks, throws, and there's the first incomplete pass for Pittsburgh in the game. He finally threw an incomplete pass. 17 for 18 for 243. And Craig Colquitt will punt. Eddie Payton will return. And Payton takes it up to 12. He gets to the 15 before Terry knocks him down. Again, a punt of 50 yards. So Colquitt 2 punts for 96. And so the Chiefs take over from their own 13 after I get a drink. Friend of the channel, let's see. Al, Red Sox fan, is going to have Game 7 of his 1967 What If World Series. I think Al went back from his lunch break. So look for that if you don't subscribe to his channel already. Dungeons & Dragons on Thursday night at 8. ID Jester's channel, our final chapter of our first saga. McKnight will sweep to the right from the 13, and he gets across the 15 before Furness makes the tackle at the 16. Next football game here is Thursday. Rams and Falcons from Atlanta. Winner, first place in the NFC West. Reed off tackle right from the 16. And he gets across the 20. Blount makes a stop after a gain of 5. It'll be 3rd and short. McKnight on a trap to the right from the 21. He gets the first down, and he gets it to the 25-yard line. 24, gain of 3. 1st and 10. Medium slant to Keller. Livingston throws. Keller is, intercepted by Johnson at the 35. That's right, the 2nd of the year. And 60,000 people at Three Rivers are singing "Turn Out the Lights." Flyer on a pitch to the near side from the Kansas City 35. To the line of scrimmage and a couple yards more. It's a gain of 3. Lindstrom with the tackle. That's Dave's first. Kansas City would lose this game in real life only by a field goal. I was surprised that in the real life the Chiefs gave them a much better game. The Steelers were 14-point favorites in the real game. The computer had them favored by 5. I'd say they've covered. Harris sweep to the far side on 2nd and 7. Gets a block, but can't get it across the 30-yard line. It's a gain of 1. Dan Johnson makes a tackle. They keyed on him. So 6 and change to go, 3rd and 6. Stallworth on a short slant. Bradshaw waits, throws over the middle. Stallworth has it at the 20-yard line. It's a first down, a late flag. Collier with the tackle.
Motion. Offense, number 82.
And it's coming back because
penalty.
Stallworth moved early. So in a game for Pittsburgh that has seen very few mistakes, they've only turned it over the once. That stops the clock with 6:14, but besides that, doesn't do too much. Swan on a medium out. 3rd and 11. Bradshaw has time. He looks. He throws it down, and Green picks him off. So Gary Green with an interception. And no return from the 19-yard line. Reed trapped to the left, but there's a flag down.
False start. Offense, number 82. 5-yard penalty. Repeat.
Keller, the wide receiver, is the one that jumped. Henry Marshall comes back in. 1st and 15 from the Kansas City 14. McKnight off tackle right. And he gets it to the 18-yard line before Dwight Furness makes the tackle. They'll let the clock run. If this was a high school game, the clock would have been in a constant state of motion since the end of the first half. White on a short hitch on 2nd and 11. Livingston's flush. He moves to his right. He throws across to McKnight at the 20. And Lambert will knock him right there. So 3 yards and a lung full of AstroTurf. It'll be 3rd and 8 for the Chiefs from the Kansas City 21. Dorsey on a medium cross. Pittsburgh blitzes. Livingston has time. Fires. And Dorsey drops the pass. So when Livingston can get the ball out of his hand, his receiver didn't help him. So 4th and 8. 4:37. Andrew Sison will punt. Promotional consideration was paid to... Oh, it's blocked. Blocked. White recovers, and that's a touchdown. The snap, it was a heavy rush. Pittsburgh blocked it. Jack Ham with the block. And White recovered. Let's watch this again. Right there, knocked down at the 5, and Waltz is in for the touchdown. It's 37-6. And Jarella's extra point makes it 38-6. I think, ladies and gentlemen, we've reached the point with the Pittsburgh Steelers that they are the team that even if they're as a wild card, this is a team that you are not going to want to play. My God. So Peyton stands back again. From the goal line to the 10, 20, gets a good return to the 26. My word. McKnight on a trap to the left. 4:24 to go. This one's over. McKnight has room. He's got a first down. Lambert makes the tackle after a gain of 11. And the Steelers are playing a blowout here. From bad to worse for Kansas City. Nope. You don't want to see Pittsburgh in the playoffs if they make it. They would be the leading wild card if you go back and watch the start of the video when you get the chance. So I went through and the rest of week 9 has been played except for the 2 feature games. And the Steelers are really sitting pretty to host. But as this stands right now, this would be the AFC wildcard game. And the bad news for Cleveland is the winner of this game would play Cleveland. In the divisional game. We'll get to that when we get there. 1st and 10 for the Chiefs. Trap. They're not going to audible here. Just whatever. Fine. Take the ball. And Reed gets across the 40. Lambert makes the tackle at the 42. It's a gain of 5. And we'll be under 3 minutes to go. Dorsey on a medium slant. The throw from Livingston is caught at the 40-yard line of Pittsburgh, and Oldham will make the tackle from there. And so let's see if Kansas City can get a touchdown here. 2:40 to go. Sweep to the right for McKnight from the Pittsburgh 38. And he'll stop right there. Robin Cole with a tackle right there. That's his 3rd. So 2-minute warning. And now I think I can sing it. I just got this email from Beyond from Don Meredith that says, "Turn out the lights. The party's over. They say all good things must end. Turn out the lights, Missouri. The party's over. We hope you survive to the wild card." To show you just the difference between the Chiefs in this replay and the Chiefs in real life, they'll drop to 6-3 as soon as I run enough plays here on 2nd and 10. In real life, after they lost this game, they went to 2-7. Marshall on a medium cross from the 38. Thanks, Al. Marshall has it for a first down. He gets inside the 20-yard line. Terry with the tackle again at 19. And that puts Livingston at 12 for 26 for 122 yards. So 1st and 10 from the Steelers' 19-yard line. McKnight on a pitch to the right. And he's got some room. He's got to the 15-yard line. Cole with a tackle and gain of 6. And it's out of bounds there, 1:18 to go. So a chance for the Chiefs here to at least get a touchdown and be respectable. White on a short slant on 2nd and 4. Livingston has time. He has White for a first down at the 8. White tries to find a seam. He can't get there. It's a gain of 6. And so the clock is running with 1:11 to go. Dorsey on a short cross. Livingston throws it, complete to Dorsey, and Kansas City gets a touchdown at least. They get a consolation prize, a 7-yard touchdown pass, so they'll take that year's supply of cremettes. Centerud's extra point is up. It is good. And so with 39 seconds left, the Chiefs have a touchdown, 38-13. Pittsburgh watches for the onside, and it's recovered by the Steelers at midfield. Franco Harris at the 49, and with 34 seconds left, Bradshaw on a dive, and you can joke with Sergeant this all you want. Tackle is made. It's a gain of 1. No one calls a timeout. The final score, Pittsburgh 38, Kansas City 13. That was as one-sided of a game as you could possibly get. And essentially, I called off the dogs for Pittsburgh at the half. So here's the scoring. It was all Pittsburgh. Bradshaw to Grossman to make it 7-0. Harris from 14 to make it 14-0. After he missed his first attempt, Stenerud hit from 42 to make it 14-3. And Pittsburgh with 2 touchdowns at the end of the first half. First, a 9-yard run by Harris, and then a 10-yard pass from Bradshaw to Thornton to make it 28-3 at the half. Stenerud hit a field goal halfway through the third quarter, and then Pittsburgh got a double duty. They got a Jarrell field goal to make it 31-6, and then White blocked a punt return pretty much into the end zone to make it silly season 38-6, and then Livingston hit Dorsey to make it 38-13. Oh, hey, yeah, thanks for coming, Al. Talk to you soon. Pittsburgh, just a one-sided game. Horribly one-sided game. Trying to avoid that here in the replay. Livingston, 14 for 28 for $135. Bradshaw is your MVP. 17 for 19 for 243 yards. All right, Los Angeles at Atlanta on Thursday. Hopefully that'll be a better game for you. I'm Ron Juckett. Hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't. I'll talk to you Thursday. Have a good day.